All right. Man, I want to congratulate the sister Lady J for those last, words right there. And see, what she was saying is that's why I got to the point of what can we get from this Kanye moment? See, it's not about Kanye being the perfect leader. That's why I made the point of Malcolm X, an imperfect leader. And Malcolm X wasn't the head of the Nation of Islam, he's just a spokesperson. We remember him because of the speeches. We remember him because of the that energy he brought. Those words he spoke, the way his stature, the way he delivered the speech, the ideology. But that's not his ideology. That's Elijah Muhammad ideology. That was created 20 years before Malcolm X took the podium. And that's why I put Kanye in that context, because Kanye don't have to be the leader. He don't have to be the president. But he's the person, like the brother saying about yay means light. He's the person that he's shedding a light on how certain groups of people have been manipulating and taking advantage of the black community in general. They're not taking advantage of some of us. They're taking advantage of all of us. And he's bringing it to the forefront so that we can discuss it and we can figure out, well, what we're going to do about it. We don't have to sit back and wait on Kanye to do something about it. Kanye's, this whole debacle with Kanye, it opens a conversation that we should have been having. And it's a conversation we have been having for a while, but now we got social media and these and other avenues that help us with these conversations on a national basis. Because back in the day, in the day when Farrakhan was coming out with the secret relationships between blacks and Jews, and that was explaining how the Jews was taking advantage of black folk, and then everybody was all upset, and they started canceling Farrakhan over that, and then you got several other brothers who brought that kind of knowledge. Nobody's ever been able to refute that information. And just because you did business with them one time and you made a couple of dollars off them, that don't mean you didn't get taken advantage of. Of course they're going to work with you if they can take advantage of you, because they don't put you on unless they can take advantage of you. If there's $100 million to be made, guaranteed they trying to get 70% of it. Yeah, you may walk off with 20 mil. You good. You nigga rich. But they taking 70, 80% from all of us all the time.
That's speculation, brother.
How? How's the speculation?
Because you haven't not seen everybody's deal. You know what I'm saying?
No, but I have though. But I have, and I'm gonna tell you how.
You seen everybody's deal?
I seen everybody's deal, and I'm gonna tell you how.
Now I'm about to kick your ass off of here. Now, how have you seen everybody's deal in the whole world, brother?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you how I've seen all the deals that African Americans been getting. I'm gonna tell you how I've seen every single one. I look at the Federal Reserve data. The Federal Reserve data shows me that there's $124 trillion in this here United States in household wealth. And it shows me that the Anglo-Saxons have 114 trillion of it. And it shows me that the 40 million blacks in this country only got 4 trillion out of 124. And it shows me that the Jews are sitting on 3 trillion. But the Jews is feeding off of our 4 trillion. So they pick up an extra 2 trillion off of our backs. Because we live in buildings that they own. We work in businesses that they own. They control our contracts. They control our business activity. Our money gotta flow through their bank. Right?
Okay. All right. So wait, hold on. I'm still waiting for you to tell me when you seen everybody's contract.
I'm talking about the contract with the old black America, dog. The Federal Reserve data shows you that they've been taking our money.
My point was
they've been robbing us the whole time.
You cannot say in everybody's deal that they took 70%. That's not true, brother. We seen Dame and Jay and them do a 50-50 venture with
who?
With Def Jam.
Stop it.
They didn't believe that in the beginning. They didn't have a 50-50 deal.
Okay, look, they had a deal that was so-called 50-50, right?
No, so that's not 70-30.
No. But it was never 50-50 because Def Jam ain't a major. You know that. You know that.
Brother, we talking about Jewish people and black people.
Yes.
We're not talking about Def Jam being a major. The Jewish person at Def Jam is who? Leo
The-
Cohen, right?
right.
Okay. He did a
And who,
deal with Damon, them, right?
and
It
who
was
was
a
over him?
co-venture deal, a 50-50 deal. That's
Ho-
not 70-30, just
Hold
like you
on.
didn't see everybody's contract. Come on, man. Let's keep it solid.
But who was over Leo? Who was over Def Jam?
We're talking about the deal between Rockefeller and Def Jam,
Okay,
brother.
look, the deal between Rockefeller and Def Jam works like this. You have the major who Def Jam is signed to. They taking 40% off the top. Def Jam only got 60% of the pie. And then when they go 50-50 with you, you got 50% of 60%. So what you got now is 30%.
Brother, don't,
You don't
no.
have
You're
50%
not
of the
gonna
money.
spin that, brother. You're
But
not gonna
that's how it
spin that.
works.
Just like you just spun, you saw everybody's goddamn
But I've
contract.
seen Jay in them
Everybody
contract.
got a 70-30.
But I've seen Jay in them contract.
Okay,
I told you I known Jay since I was 13.
okay, brother. But you're
Listen,
not.
listen. Well,
Did they
listen. When I
or
was
did they? Did they or
listen,
did they, do you want me to pull up the footage of Dame saying they had a 50-50 venture?
Dave can say whatever he want, but I know the
Everybody.
truth. But I know the truth.
So they
Remember, I'm
was
telling you,
lying. So Dame was lying.
he's omitting some of the truth. He's omitting some of the truth. He's not telling the whole truth. I'm telling you for fact when it comes to them
And
in
brother,
particular.
Maurice.
I know the dude that helped them put their little contract together. Like I was all in it. Listen,
I know you
listen,
seen the contract too.
listen,
You said right.
listen.
You
I've
said you
seen
saw the contract
the
too, right?
Rockefeller stuff. I saw their stuff. I got a copy of it in my storage. But like the thing with them is,
Contract?
yes, contract.
And you don't know that they had a 50-50 venture with Def Jam.
No. They had a 50-50 venture with Def Jam, but Def Jam was only getting 60% of the pie.
So
40% of the pie.
then you're agreeing that Leo and Rockefeller had a
Yes, yes,
50-50
yes, yes.
deal.
Leo, I agree that Leo
So
and
now
Rockefeller had a 50-50,
so you agree it was a 70-30, correct?
but Def Jam was only getting 60%, so they only got 30% of the whole pie at the end of the day. For every dollar, they got 30 cents. That's how the numbers break down. Now we could get into the reasons
The
why and
deal
how
was a 50-50 venture, correct?
with Def Jam, who is not a major.
I
Def
I
Jam is not
I,
the
I didn't
distributor.
say they was a major or not. I just said they deal with Def Jam was a 50-50 venture, correct?
The deal with Def Jam was
All
for
right, goodbye, brother.
50% of the 60.
Goodbye.
For 50 out of 60.
Okay, Maurice. Yo, Maurice, I love you, brother. Please come back.
All
Please
right.
come back, brother. Please. But tonight, nigga,
Listen,
you gotta be
press get
exhausted.
look, all you gotta do is press Dame about it. Now, my name on here, that's my real name, Maurice, right? But back in the town, I'm Goliath from Albany Projects. DJ Scratch is my little cousin.
Okay.
Listen, listen, baby
Brother,
Chris, listen,
brother, brother,
baby Chris. I'm
brother.
gonna tell you how I got the inside. Baby Chris, who
No,
was
bro.
Chris Lighty.
You're gonna say goodnight because I'm going to bed. You're
All
gonna
right,
say goodnight because I'm gonna give everybody else a chance to say goodnight.
absolutely.
All
Let's
right.
all have a good night to everyone.
All right, brother. Please come
Uh,
back, though. All right.
absolutely. All right.
We loved you tonight, but tonight now you getting tired. You on some bullshit. It's like a little kid. You tired? Go to bed. Go to bed.
Yeah, that's what up, baby. That's what
All
up, man.
right.
Good night, Joe.
All
Good
right.
night,
Good night, man.
everyone. Peace.
All right. Hold on. Who's this person? Nazir.
Hi,
What's up? How you doing?
I'm good.
All right.
Good
I
night,
want.
guys. How was everybody?
We great. We great. What you got
That's
to add
good.
to the conversation?
I wanted to talk about Kanye West. Like, first of all, I'm Team Ye because I feel like his whole mission is to like bring his people together. I feel like he's felt like for years, you know, white people, Jews, whoever has been in charge of everything when it comes to black people. And I feel like we haven't had no say because nobody stood up, nobody had the balls. Everybody who did try to come out, they killed them, they stripped them from everything. Ye is on some shit like he's ready, he's willing to sacrifice all of that, like on some shit. Like he's willing to he even said it, like he's like, yo, I'm sacrificing myself, my life, everything right now, like for my people. Like
Or do you think that he's doing this because he's just super woke, or he's doing this because he lost his kids and his girlfriend?
I feel like he's doing this because he's super woke. Yeah, I feel
Okay.
like he's super woke.
All right. So if he's super woke and he's doing all this, and you saying that he's putting himself at risk of getting himself hurt, who's going to raise his kids?
At that point, I'm guessing he's just leaving it up to God because
He gonna let
like
God raise his kids when he could
I
just
mean,
not offend people and could have stayed in power and stayed
I
rich?
mean, it's but so much he could do now. He has no say, so he has nothing to lose.
Yes,
He
he
already
do.
lost his
His
kids,
family. Oh, so
right?
now
But
okay.
they in charge of his family. They got everything on lock when it come to him. Like he can't even do what he want with his own kids
And why is that?
because they got this whole shit set up to where the wife of his children, her and her family, the Kardashians, they in sync with the Clintons and all of these higher people. And you get what I'm saying, people who they telling even her and her family, like, look, if y'all say something, y'all already know, like, type shit. Like they got even the Kardashians on lock. So it's like it's at this point he's looking like, you get what I'm saying? All he could do is talk out and just speak out at this point. He's just on some, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
I hear you. So so you think it's the powers that's be that's keeping him from his kids? It ain't his wife?
no, I feel like it's bigger than his wife. I feel like it's bigger than his wife. I feel like it's out of her control.
Okay. All right, hold on a second. Uh Light Gene, good.
Yo, so I'm gonna say this, and this probably gonna be the last thing I say, man. Just watching this show, listening to my people, man, it kind of saddened me because what I hear when I hear my people believing and trusting in these false leaders that was put here by the government, and we trusted in these people. We love some of these people, and it hurt because it's like, man, it make you kind of shake your head, like, man, it's sad because you'll see how screwed they man. It's and what do I mean when I say this? I hear a lot of people talking about Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. Man, these are two of some of the biggest phonies, man. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, this was a psyop. Now I know some of y'all, oh, he tripping, get him off. Listen, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X were both playing the it was a pagan god by the name of Moloch. Now, what is Moloch known for? Moloch, another name for Moloch is Malcolm. Malcolm. What is another name for Moloch? MLK. What is another name for Moloch? The Great King. What do they call MLK? See, Moloch was a god that the Hebrew Israelites were following. See what I'm saying? And they was worshiping Moloch, and that got them destroyed. So here you have it, MLK and Malcolm come along, and y'all choosing sides. Oh, I love Malcolm X. Oh, I love Martin Luther King. They're the same thing. They're two heads on the same coin. This is how you've been being deceived your entire life because they get people to play both sides. So that way, no matter who you choose, you're still choosing the same coin with two different heads. That's it. That's all it's ever been. Listen, deception.
like the man from Batman, uh, Two-Face.
There you go.
Coin, it is the same side on both sides, but he got you thinking you made a choice. But the
You
coin
made a
got
choice.
two heads on both sides.
May I
There you go.
interject?
And this is, yeah, I'm almost done, sister. I'm almost done. I promise I'll be brief. And this is the tactic. This is the strategy of deception. Deception is nothing but truth and a lie mixed together. That's magic. That's lower magic, because what happens is when you mix the truth with a lie, what it does is it creates confusion, because now you don't know what to choose. You see what I'm saying? Not knowing that the truth you think is the truth is actually a lie and a lie. So you're saying, "Oh man, I'm gonna vote for this and I'm gonna vote for that," when actually there are two heads on this. Man, this strategy has been used on our people, man, for so long. And it's so that's what I wanted to say, man. Don't fall into the whole Malcolm X and the Martin Luther. Please, y'all, stop it, man. Please, begging you.
All right, good looking, brother. All right, sister, I'm gonna let you come back.
All right. So what I want to say is, I'm not so much of like looking at, Kanye West like, oh, let me, he's talking about this, or he's saying he's a billionaire. I'm more so like taking his message like, okay, he does speak about God a lot, which I can relate to. Um, from life experiences, all types of stuff. Like God has been revealed to me, that's a different story. But it's like, it's like his whole message is like, why don't his people just come together and stick together? Like, why everybody is in competition with each other? Why everybody is so wrapped up on money? Why everybody is so this, so that? Like, that's what I like. I don't know. That's what I feel like.
Yeah, but he's the one that tells people like a Piers Morgan who lived on this earth longer than him, that has much more knowledge and wisdom than him, that I'm not going to take your advice or listen to you because not because you black, not because you white, not because you Asian, not because you Latino, because you ain't got more money than me. I can't value your wisdom and your knowledge because you don't have more money than me. There's a bum on the street, homeless right now, that got more knowledge than everybody in this goddamn chat. But we're not going to take their word from them because they homeless. Like, I don't know, man. Like,
No, I feel like he makes points on everything he does. Like, okay, niggas, he feel like niggas envy, or niggas will listen to the nigga with the most money. Okay, so boom, I'm a billionaire. So now his niggas gonna listen to me. I feel like he does things on purpose to try to get people's attention, and particularly, the black people are us. And I feel like, it goes over a lot of people's head. Like, everybody's like, oh, why he wore White Lives Matter shirt and this, that, and the third. But his thing was, okay, white people was running around wearing Black Lives Matter, like they telling us that we matter. So it was a sarcastic kind of thing, more like than, more than anything. Like, I feel like when he does stuff, he's very sarcastic. So yeah, of course he gonna talk about, yeah, I got billions, because niggas is over here saying, oh, what they, if he was broke, niggas was gonna be, you don't got money, nigga, who are you? So I feel like he makes that point just to make his point. Like,
all right, so you telling me if he wasn't rich, would you still follow him?
I would.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Yo, North Star, say your goodbyes, man.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So let's talk about that money point real quick, about what you said, about what he said to Piers Morgan. I think you kind of taking that out of context, bro, because Kanye listens to people who have way less money than him.
No, brother, he said that on several occasions. Piers Morgan ain't the only person he shut down with that ideology.
I know. I'm aware.
Right, so go ahead.
But what I'm saying is you taking that out of context because of who he's talking to and what he's talking about, because of what Piers Morgan was trying to tell him. And his thing is he got tired of Piers Morgan trying to cut him off all the time, tell him something, and then try to force him to say something that he didn't want to say and he wasn't going to say. So brother.
It didn't happen that way.
I watched it.
Kanye was acting very childish. Go look at. I did a show on it. I played the interview,
bro. I watched the interview, and let me give you my perspective on it, okay?
All right, but you telling me Kanye wasn't cutting that man off and going la and acting like very childish and immature?
I don't think that was childish. I think that was his way of trying to get what he wanted to say off, because Piers Morgan was being Piers Morgan like he is with everybody. And Piers Morgan cuts everybody off and tries to force everybody to what he wants them to say. That's what Piers Morgan does. I mean, don't you remember when, what's his name? The guy that just recently got canceled, Andrew Tate, when he had Andrew Tate on, he kept trying to force Andrew Tate, kept over talking Andrew Tate. This is what he does. Anytime he interviews somebody, matter of fact, his own people that he chooses as a panel that comes on and he talks to, as soon as they veer away from something, his point or what he doesn't like, then he'll overtalk them and try to get them or force them to say what he wants.
I'm gonna play the interview right now. While you here, I'm gonna play the interview, and we're gonna see who's cutting who off. All right.
Okay.
All right. I'm using this under the Fair Use Act, copyright disclaimer under the Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing on profit, educational, or personal use tips to balance in favor of fair use. Right? Okay. Put that back up here, this corner. And let me play this real quick.
Extraordinary exclusive interview with Ye, previously known, of course, as Kanye West, one of the most famous and influential artists in the world, who's been causing global outrage over the past 2 weeks with anti-Semitic tirades, which led to him being cancelled by social media platforms. I wanted to give him the opportunity to set the record straight and explain if he meant what he said. Well, eventually, he apologized for what he said was hurtful comments about the Jewish people. But it took a while to get there. It was a fiery conversation, passionate, it's funny at times, it was explosive. It's unmissable television. The full interview will air later this week. But here's the moment I think will get most people talking.
You don't hold accountability to my pain. You're being a Karen.
I'm talking about
accountability to the pain.
I'm not a Karen. I'm not going to cancel you. I'm not going to uncensor you. I'm simply going to challenge you on what you're saying. I think you don't understand the pain that you've been causing with some of these comments. And I think that one in particular, I can understand.
Oh, my God.
Now, Kanye's not cutting them off right there in North Star. He's the host of the show. He's presenting a question, and he's he's not even finished his question, getting to his point. And oh my God! Now pay attention, brother. Just watch.
I watched it, but before you play it,
just watch. Just watch. Just watch. Just watch. Just watch.
God forbid one comment could call
television. The full interview will air later this week. But here's the moment I think will get most people talking.
You don't hold accountability to my pain. You're being a Karen.
I'm talking about. I'm not a Karen.
To the pain.
I'm not a Karen. I'm not going to cancel you. I'm not going to uncensor you. I'm simply going to challenge you on what you're saying. I think you don't understand the pain that you've been causing with some of these comments, and I think that one in particular, I can understand.
Oh my God! God forbid one comment could cause people to feel any of the pain that my people have went through for years. Even like the blacks being ushered to the left during the civil rights movement. No one has cared.
Why does he? Okay, why does
no?
All right.
No one is.
Can let me say, I agree that the racism against black people has been utterly deplorable, shameful, unacceptable, and thank God the world is beginning to move to a better place about the way it has treated black people like you. However, one form of racism here doesn't justify
in a better place.
one form of racism doesn't.
Brother, look at your man. Look at your man. Look at your man.
I see.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna play him finish.
I'm not cutting you off. I'm finishing my sentence. You can respond. One form of racism. One form of racism. It is racism when you say I'm going to clarify Jewish people.
I was in a position where I've been hurt, and this is the way I had the right to express myself. The point of this interview is for you to question me, and then for me to answer and say, okay, even though the same rules are not applied to my people, if a person with a gun or drugs is pulled over and has three other people in the car, they're all going to jail.
Now, once again, that's a fucking stupid ass ideology. If 4 people are in the car and they got guns and drugs in the car, they're doing something illegal. The right police, why would you use drugs and guns in the car and police pulling over a person and saying that why when police pull over people with guns and drugs in the car, why do they take everybody to jail? The answer to that is if nobody owns the drugs and the guns that's in the car, everybody goes to jail until the court system figures out whose is what.
Yeah, but what his point was is that somebody did own it, and they still take everybody to jail. That's what he was talking about.
How? When
he said that on? He said that on Drink
No,
Champs,
let's
bro.
say that right here. Let's say that right here. Hold on, right here.
Finishing my sentence, you can respond. One form of racism. It is racism when you say I'm going to clarify Jewish people.
I was in a position where I've been hurt, and this is the way I had the right to express myself. The point of this interview is for you to question me, and then for me to answer and say, okay, even though the same rules are not applied to my people, if a person with a gun or drugs is pulled over and has three other people in the car, they're all going to jail. I'm not going to apply that to Jewish people for the sake of this conversation. Isn't that what you wanted? But you know what you did? You tried to civil rights me. You tried to pull me back to a week ago, but we're here today. There's been plenty of conversations and commentary since that, but you want me to go back to 1960.
No.
You want me to go back to 7 days ago.
All right, let me jump in. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to reflect.
Okay, so have we grown? Have we grown?
Yo, you see how this man, he falls back, he lets Kanye talk, and then Kanye won't let him talk.
It's not a better place.
I'm not cutting you off.
Like, we want him to be the president.
One form of racism. One form of racism. It is racism when
you say, pause that for a
second. I was in a position where I've been hurt, and this is the way I had the right to express myself. The point of this interview is for you to question me, and then for me to answer and say, okay, even though the same rules are not applied to my people, if a person with a gun or drugs is pulled over and has three other people in the car, they're all going to jail. I'm not going to apply that to Jewish people for the sake of this conversation. Isn't that what you wanted? But you know what you did? You tried to civil rights me. You tried to pull me back to a week ago, but we're here today. There's been plenty of conversations and commentary since that, but you want me to go back to 1960.
No.
You want me to go back to 7 days ago.
All right, let me jump in. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to
Okay, so have we grown? Have we grown?
Here's how we grow. Yeah. Here's how we grow. I want you to reflect.
No, have we grown? Have we grown? You're not in charge of my growth. You're not in charge of my growth.
Okay, let me phrase it like this. I'm about to suggest to you how you may grow if you choose to grow this way. And you can ignore me. You can ignore me.
Piers, how much money are you worth?
Not as much as you, sadly.
Exactly. So take my advice. Maybe you'll get richer.
I would love to take your business advice.
Why would I listen to you?
Well, why do you hear what my...
Go ahead, North Star.
Okay.
Why you got more money than me? Why should I listen to you right now?
Bro, like I'm gonna say again, man. You played a clip. Context matters before and after and during this. Okay. Right. I watched it from beginning. I watched the one, because they had aired a part that was like 30 something minutes or 20 something minutes long, and then there was a longer interview that was much longer than that, and I watched that one from beginning to end. Right. Okay. And he's dealing with Piers, how Piers deals with people. And I totally approve of what he did, for the simple fact of, even with him saying, hey, how much money are you worth? Like, all of this is to get his point out and to make sure that he's heard, because he's not going to be little boyed by anybody. He's not going to be shut up by nobody. He's not going to be overtalked by nobody.
Let me ask you something. Piers, whatever Piers was going to say to him just now with the advice that he could have gave him, you're not going to tell me that you don't know for a fact that whatever the advice that Piers was about to give him wasn't beneficial to Kanye. Kanye was very dismissive of what the man was getting ready to say to him.
I probably would have been dismissive of him too, being the fact of Piers being a part of the media.
You being dismissive of me trying to make a point right now.
I'm not. I mean, you dismissed me earlier when I said, hey, let me say something real quick before you played the video. All I'm saying, Choke, is this, brother. Okay. Is Piers is a part of the media structure. Piers is trying to box Kanye in to say what he feels and thinks Kanye should say based on his own personal views whatever the agenda of the media is.
The thing that he's trying to get Kanye to say is that all Jewish people, you offending a whole slew of people, and everybody did not do nothing to you. All he was trying to say is, yo, are you apologetic to the Jews that did not do nothing to you?
And he apologized to them, and he did.
All right.
Piers still kept trying to make him say to everybody, when he specifically said, hey, look, I'm not talking to the entire body. I'm talking to the businessmen. And Piers Morgan didn't want to accept that, just like you don't want to accept it right now.
Brother, you tell me a nigga sitting there telling me you can't take my advice because you got fucking more money than me?
Why does that offend you?
That man got more wisdom than Kanye at his age, brother. You cannot tell me that you cannot take his advice, or whatever he's about to say to you is dismissive because you got more fucking money than me.
Okay. I'm with you on that. But
to your mother and father? Why did you ever listen to your teacher? Why did you ever listen?
Why does that bother you? Answer this question. Why does that bother you so much? Because this is really sitting like, I noticed that in the context of whatever Kanye says and does, like, it's really bothering you. I don't know, because you know him. You said you work with him. So it's something about this situation that is not sitting well with you. And what is that about? Like, what is it?
The thing that's not sitting well with me is that motherfuckers is giving this nigga a pass on disrespect and acting immature because he's fucking Kanye West.
Do you think that's really what it is? Or do you think that people just are really feeling him and what he's doing and what they think that the possibility of the good that he's bringing, that he's exerting? Have you thought about that? Have you thought about that people are looking at Kanye and are vouching for him, are cheering for him?
Brother, where was this motherfucking Kanye his whole career. Don't you doing this because you acting out because of your personal situations with business and your fucking family. You have not been running around trying to be Malcolm X, Martin Luther King this whole time talking about save your people. Because I remember you with the devil in the red dress when you were sitting there fucking praising Satan, motherfucker. So you're not going to turn around today like I forgot, nigga. I know you.
Okay,
You're not
so
going to go and
what you
get
mean
down with the
you mean
dark
he was
side and make all this money and then come in and try to manipulate the motherfucking sheep out here and have them rally behind you when you motherfucking I'm not sure where you at
what are
because
you
you
talking about
playing
the
both
devil in the
sides.
red dress? What are you talking about that? Like shed some light on that because you just said something that I don't know nothing about. So what are you talking about?
There's a dark side to the industry. You ever when niggas say they walk through these doors and shit happen for them?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, allegedly he went through them fucking doors, and they made him who the fuck he is today.
Okay.
Now that things ain't going his way, he's throwing a pissy fit, and he's running around like, yo, they took my ball. They took my ball. He ran back to the block. Yo, they took my ball. These white kids down the street took my ball. Everybody running to go jump these white kids that he's talking about that took his ball when he been fucking playing with them the whole time. He was on the team with them. He went to college with them. He graduated with them motherfuckers. Motherfucking through motherfucking college dropout, late registration, graduation. He went through this with these people. Well, maybe not college dropout, but by the next album, he was down. Allegedly. So you're not going to inherit the motherfucking all the riches on earth going to fuck with the dark side. And then now you get to a certain point and you feel like, oh, you don't run Gap or you don't run Adidas. They ain't doing what the fuck you say. So you go and rally up the people like, yo, they over here doing this bullshit. But you was fucking with them people the whole fucking time. So now when they do something that you don't like or ain't in your benefit, you go try to rally up all the whole race to go against or the whole fucking race or religion of people when you've been fucking with them. They made you who you are. So when you was the motherfucking, when it was about the devil in the red dress and Satan, and you was over there doing all that dark satanic shit, you want to come run back to the light, motherfucker. But y'all don't know this part of the industry. Y'all don't know this side of the shit that niggas like me won't succumb to, so we don't get the fucking hundreds and 200s and 300s and 400s of millions or the billions that niggas say they got. These niggas done did some shit to get in them fucking in them rooms, in them doors, and to get in that tax bracket. So when a motherfucker come back and sit here and talk about, oh, this is like the homeboy is telling y'all niggas is being fooled. Y'all being fooled. Yeah, that's our black brother in skin, but he's fucking leading you to a fucking ditch, allegedly. It's like what they say, what's the greatest trick the devil ever pulled? Was to make motherfuckers think he didn't exist. So just because Kanye saying Jesus and God and all this other shit, what you think? He can't be deceiving you? Is what this brother was saying.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. When I say I'm with you, I'm saying I hear your point. That's what I'm talking about. I don't necessarily think that he's deceiving us. For a minute, I did think that, but after I really started paying attention to him and started listening to him, I don't think that's the case. I think
you never seen the demonic dark side of Kanye West. You never heard him say, "Yo, I sold my soul, and it was a crappy deal. It came with two toys, like a Happy Meal." You think it's fucking joking?
No, I heard what he said. I heard what he said, but who's to say
Why?
that you can't do that and then redeem yourself?
You ever heard you ever listen to Murder Was the Case?
I did.
Isn't that song about Soup selling his soul to the devil?
Yep.
And when he tried to go back to God and said the prayer, what was the line after he said the prayer?
I don't
Now
remember
lay
the
me down
lyrics.
to sleep.
Yeah.
What's the line after he say the prayer?
I don't remember. the
No
lyrics.
more motherfucking endo, gin, and juice.
Right.
I'm rolling on the shackles, going on the gray goose from head to toe. Nigga, you go back, the devil's like, oh, nigga, what? I made you.
Okay.
Now you going back to pray to God, to Jesus, when you came into my home and I gave you all the fucking riches?
But let me ask you this. Okay, so with that being said, right? Isn't that the same thing that the devil does to people? Isn't that the same thing that's been done to us for eons? Right?
What?
Deception. Isn't that what he's been doing? Has been deceiving us? So who's to say that Kanye can't do the same thing? Why can't he be doing what he's doing? And who's to say that? Okay, let's look at it like this. Let's just say that Kanye is doing some really selfish shit right now. Let's say that his actions is all 100% self-absorbed, that he just wants to do everything to get his own personal gain. Now, with him doing that and everything that he's saying, who's to say that God, like the brother said earlier, that God's not actually using him as a vessel while Kanye is acting out, doing all these different things, and because he made this decision to go this way, that God just used it as an advantage to get the word out, to shed light on certain things, to bring certain attention to certain things, because I'm gonna tell you something. Ever since Ye did that Drink Champs interview, bro, listen, I've been seeing on TikTok Jewish people making videos talking about black people being Jews, bro. So I'm just saying, man, like, I just think that because you got the inside track, you see it one way. But I really think that majority of us who are dissenters against Ye aren't really looking at the big picture. I'm talking about from corner to corner, on all four corners of the big picture, right? You see this and you're like, oh, he's doing this to deceive you. And then, people saying all this other stuff, I think it's a culmination of everything. I really do. I do think that some of it is self-absorbed, but I really do think that he's sincere about what he's saying. Like, look, man, I'm putting my life on the line. I have nothing else to give except my life if I have to give my life, but I'm going to free my people. And I think that's what he's really on.
He ain't freeing no fucking people. Hold on. Go ahead, like.
I hear, hey man, I'm gonna tell you some real talk. North, Choke is telling you the real, bro. He's telling you the real. I understand, see, this is what happens when they get us hooked on these characters, man. These are characters. If you read the book of Exodus, man, it talks about how the pharaohs sent out their taskmasters. They sent out their taskmasters to keep the Israelites busy doing this, doing that, so that the Israelites won't ever wake up to the truth. Celebrities are taskmasters, man. They keep you entertained. They keep you, looking into their lives and what they're doing and this and that. And you spending so much time on that. You're not spending enough time on looking within yourself, trying to find out the truth. These are taskmasters, man. It's not real, brother. It's a delusion. You see what I'm saying? I know you want to feel like Kanye is liberating us. He's not, man. He's not. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest with you. Kanye is deceiving you. He's deceiving our people, man. Here's the thing. All right. So I'm going to ask you this, right? You stuck on Kanye. But what about what the Most High say? The Most High say a rich man cannot enter into the kingdom. Kanye is rich. So what are you gonna believe? You gonna believe the words of the Most High? You believe in what Kanye say? Because once you say, "Oh well, I still believe Kanye," then that let us know who you really are spiritually. Because if the book is telling you a rich man can't enter into those heights, then all that stuff about Kanye liberating and his sound, that's out the window. I tell you what, what I don't get it. This why religion is dangerous, man. Because find any Christian right now, right? And this right here, what I'm about to tell y'all, will shut all that religious shit down. You find you a Christian, right? Christians go to church, and what do? They get baptized in water. Okay. Well, the New Testament said the new baptism is in fire. So show me a Christian right now that'll go in fire right now and get baptized. Show me one. Show me one that went to church and got baptized in fire. But yet and still you'll follow when it said get baptized in water, though. See what I'm saying? That goes to show you these are selective Christians. Oh, I'm gonna do this, but I ain't gonna do that. I do this, but I won't do that. I believe this, but I won't believe that. Y'all selective, man. Y'all select some of the truth and reject the other half. Like the Bible say, man, our people suffer from a lack of knowledge. That's just real. You see what I'm saying? Because when y'all when you've been lied to for so long, let me ask you a question. How would you know or identify the truth if you never heard it, if you never gotten it before? How would you know? So when people hear, they laugh at it. Oh, this dude tripping. Nah, get him off. They want to dismiss you. But how would you know the truth if you never gotten it? If you never even searched for it? If you just believe everything face value, man, that shit in you. It ain't in Kanye. But what Choke is telling you, bro, is real, man. I don't never tell nobody to believe nothing I say. I just give you the information and I tell you, look it up on your own.
That's right.
Study to show yourself approved, man.
Right. Like North Star. So I guess you believe that Jay-Z worshiped Jesus Christ too, because he calls himself Jehovah, right?
No.
You
it's too much stuff around him for me to think that he is into that between him and his wife. Too much symbolism, too much stuff he said and done, and no.
And you don't see none of that shit around Kanye?
I mean, I have, but not as within the last several years, no. And let me say this.
You know what you're looking for?
Yeah, bro. I'm a conscious person, very conscious, and spiritually conscious.
And you have not seen none of that around Kanye in the last 3 years.
No.
You might need to.
There's been some questionable stuff. So so if we're gonna question, hold on, wait a minute.
You didn't see his concert and he performed with Marilyn Manson?
I was just about to bring that up. How
dark it is, and everything's black and gloomy, and you talking about the guy that's talking about Jesus and light and everything, right?
Okay.
But he's in the dark performing with Marilyn Manson, right? Right?
But doesn't everything
Jesus is King Kanye, right?
Bro, hold on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
come on,
you gotta bite my head off, bro.
Make sense of this shit, bro.
Okay, so let's establish this. Okay, we have conflicting interests, not interests, but viewpoints. Okay, you feel and think one way because of your personal relationship with Kanye and some of the things that you know about Kanye's past. Me, I'm on the outside looking in, and I'm just someone who is observing the things that he's been doing over the span of his career, and I'm looking at what he's doing now, and I'm making an assessment, and I think from what I've said so far, that's my stance. Okay. Even with my spiritual consciousness and everything and what I think. And to address Light Gene, when you say because I'm choosing Kanye, that shows, who I am spiritually. Let me explain something to you. And you talking about whether or not if someone has knowledge, spiritual knowledge or insight. Okay. I'm someone who I know has a strong spiritual connection. I won't go into the reasons why, but I'm just going to say this. Anytime I decide on something or someone, I have been around deceivers. I've been around devils. I've been around demons. I've been around those people who are very, very heinous, ugly folks that have done all sorts of things. Okay. So when I'm looking at Kanye, I'm looking at Kanye for who I can see him to be. And so, yes, I do think that there is a possibility that we could be being deceived. Okay. And if that deception shows itself, then okay. But as it stands right now, I think that the man is telling the truth and it is on to something that is real. Now, whether you want to believe that or not, that is up to you. I believe it for a lot of various reasons, and a lot of it has to do on the spiritual side. I'm not riding with him just because he got $11 billion. I am impressed by that because that takes a lot of cognitive ability to be able to reach that. Okay. But like I've been telling everybody, if you are conscious, then you should be paying attention to everything he's been saying since the beginning of his career. Even when he put out the song Jesus Walks. Okay. Pay attention to everything for about him from beginning to end. I told you, he has never deviated from what he has stood on, even in his lyrical content.
Yo, brother, do you know that he didn't even write that fucking song? That was Ron Fest's song. He gave that to Kanye.
It doesn't matter. He did it. That's my point. He did the song.
No,
it doesn't matter if Ron Fest
did it and gave it to Kanye.
He may have, but listen. Do you know there's a lot of artists that wouldn't even do that, that wouldn't even say that? Like Kanye recently has been talking about the clause in the contracts where it says that you can't even say Jesus in your songs. This is what I'm getting at, man. I'm just saying, like, bro, it doesn't matter if Ron Fest wrote it. Kanye said it. He's the one who stood on it. He's the one who delivered it.
Hey, my brother, I could I could literally sit here and prove to you that Kanye whole entire life is a script. I could prove it. I could prove it. Now, if I prove it, but look, this is what I want to know.
Waste your time. We can't. We not reaching this.
Okay.
Let me ask you this real quick. Let me ask you both.
Everybody can't see as far as we can see, brother. Don't waste your time.
Yeah.
Don't even do it.
Choke. Can I ask a question, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Don't kick me off because I unmuted myself. Okay. All right. So, listen, man. You all want to convince me of what you think and believe. Respect
Nobody's trying to convince you, brother.
Yeah, both you and Light Gene are trying to convince me of something. Both of y'all are telling me that I'm being deceived. Both of y'all said that I'm being deceived. Did you not?
Brother, you not just like you talking, you not convincing us of nothing. We just telling you, we said we giving you a perspective, you giving us your perspective. You not convincing us of nothing, and we not convincing you of nothing. You choose to believe what you want to believe, and we're going to believe what we want to believe.
But I think both of you all have made some very valid points. Like Choke, I'm listening to you from your perspective because of your relationship to Ye, right? Plus what you're seeing as what's going on right now from your perspective, right? But you got a deep personal attachment to this situation. My guy.
Listen. Let me explain something to you, brother. I know this man. I've worked with this man or around this man, however you want to look at it, right?
Okay.
But my observation goes way past Kanye. Kanye is in a group of a bunch of fucking people that's all in the fucking group of all a part of agenda of something, right? Mm-hmm. I ain't going to get into deep to that because clearly you don't have no clue of what the fuck we talking about. So I'm not going.
What do you mean I don't have a clue? What are you talking about exactly? That I don't have a clue what you're talking about? Because I've been following you the whole time, and I've even acknowledged the fact of who you are in relation to Kanye. So
all right, but when I'm telling you, when I say, like this brother just said, yo, I can sit here and tell you this nigga was a script. Like certain people are in certain positions because they did certain things. You know what I'm saying? You are like the 85% is out here that don't have no idea about what the fuck I'm talking about. If you did, I wouldn't even be talking to you about it. You know what I'm saying? When I said the devil in the red dress, you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But I asked
you to explain it, and you still didn't. You just told me about a door. Why not?
I'm not going to explain.
Educate me on it, man.
No,
Why are you gonna
this
leave me in
ain't
the
the
dark?
fucking
That doesn't
place
even
for
make
that,
any
nigga.
sense.
This ain't the place for that. Period.
I'm gonna respect that, man. I'm gonna leave that be, bro.
Period. Like I said.
Hey, listen.
Go ahead, brother.
Listen, like
Peace,
I
Choke.
told the brother right here, I can literally prove. You gotta understand, man. These Freemasons operate with geometry. That's why if you look at their logo, it's 47 with a geometrical symbol. They operate through numbers. Listen, it's not a coincidence that Kanye West number is the same with Illuminati. It's not a coincidence that Kanye West's mother number is connected with murder, death, and all of this stuff. All of this stuff is connected. You just gotta know how to understand the language. His whole life is a script. Is a script.
Brother,
is your life a script?
Please,
Is Choke's life a script? Isn't all of our life a script? I mean,
Bro,
is it or is
You
it
not
not?
listen.
I'm just
Okay, hold
I
on.
am, but I'm just
wait. Light. Stop beating the dead horse, please.
All right.
Thank you, brother.
Salute, Choke.
Go ahead, Foxy.
Peace to the panel, peace to the chat. So I